Following the crazy shit from the previous episode, the Avengers have just rescued the missing soldiers and secured the cube from Samuel Stearns, otherwise known as the Leader. Although they managed to stop the villains, the Avengers failed to capture Stearns, who now set his sights on Las Vegas. It was later revealed that the incident at the cube was only an experiment and has now decided to use it on the entire city, turning everyone caught in the energy dome into gamma-irradiated monsters. When the Avengers thought they had handled the incident, the energy dome appeared over Las Vegas. It continues to expand until it reaches the cube, which exposes everyone to extreme levels of gamma radiation. Meanwhile, Hawkeye was proving his innocence after having been accused of being a Hydra agent and a traitor. In his pursuit of vindicating himself from these serious allegations, he follows Black Widow, who meets up with a Hydra agent after smuggling blood samples of the Hulk. He catches her red-handed and returns her to the Avengers, hoping they will prove his innocence with S.H.I.E.L.D. On the way over, they witnessed the energy dome, and quickly turned around to avoid getting caught in it. The hoverbike crashes in the desert, quickly freeing Black Widow. When Hawkeye regains consciousness, he quickly realizes that Black Widow is free and dashes towards his bow while she retrieves her bite, weaponized bracelets that discharge electricity. With both fighters at a stalemate, the Leader suddenly broadcasts an announcement from a restricted S.H.I.E.L.D. frequency. When Black Widow gets distracted, Hawkeye knocks her out with an electric bolt arrow. The Leader asks the people not to fear the energy dome, claiming it to be a promise to change the world for the better. He explains that people are weak and suffer from small minds and fragile bodies, and blames them for plunging the world into darkness with their faults. He declares that he will save everyone by turning the world into his image, self-proclaimed to be perfect in every way. He explains that the energy dome will continue to grow until it completely envelops the world. Nick Fury from S.H.I.E.L.D. and Ant-Man from Wakanda see the broadcast and start worrying, while supervillains like Baron Zemo, the Enchantress, and MODOK remain skeptical. He then ends his broadcast by welcoming everyone into his twisted version of Earth, the Gamma World. After the broadcast, Black Widow starts to worry that the Avengers have just been caught in the energy dome. Hawkeye claims that not all Avengers are under the villain's mind control and urges to seek out Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk, the foremost expert in gamma energy. Black Widow reveals that the Hulk was last spotted in North Canada, where a Hulkbuster operation is about to commence. That said, Hawkeye leaves Black Widow behind, believing her to be the real traitor to S.H.I.E.L.D., while he seeks out the Hulk. In the Canadian Alps, the military catches up to the Hulk and bombards him with every weapon they have. General Ross leads the army in an operation to capture the rampaging Hulk, who they corner by the river. They continue their attacks on him, firing missiles that knock him down. When they are about to haul him in, Hawkeye arrives and makes a dashing rescue by himself, shooting arrows at an army fighter plane while Hulk recovers and takes out the enemy tank. Hawkeye returns and disarms the enemy tank, forcing them to abandon it. Hulk then scares the unarmed soldiers away with his menacing roar. Once the soldiers leave, Hawkeye confronts the Hulk and explains that a villain has created a big energy dome that turns everyone in it into gamma monsters. Hulk suggests asking for help from the Avengers, but Hawkeye explains that they have been caught in it and insists on Bruce Banner's help, which irks Hulk. Despite the Hulk's objections, Hawkeye demands he meet with Banner, or he will have to take him down himself. Hulk was caught off guard by his threat, and he laughed it off and turned into Bruce Banner. Using Hawkeye's data on the dome, Banner quickly analyzed the gamma energy that the dome was emitting. He promptly inoculated Hawkeye, explaining that it would protect him from the gamma radiation and prevent him from becoming one of those monsters. He claims they must be quick because long radiation exposure can make those changes permanent. Using the data that Hawkeye gathered, Banner determined the dome's epicenter, which he suspects is where the leader will be, and the gamma energy generator they would need to destroy. When Hawkeye asks how they plan to find the leader, Banner claims they will have to walk right into it, who then quickly transforms into the Hulk. Back in the desert, the Avengers and everyone in the dome are turned into mindless creatures except for Thor and Dr. Samson. Surrounded, Thor gets overwhelmed by their numbers and captures him for the leader. The turned Avengers then bring the captive Thor back to Stearns, who grows interested in him, who turns out to be immune to the gamma energy, and in Mjolnir, whom his gamma-irradiated monsters couldn't lift, even with their strength enhanced by his gamma boosters. Thor explains that only those worthy of Mjolnir can lift the hammer, and that Asgardians are built differently from humans, who are vulnerable to inventions made by science. Stearns claims that Thor would have to entertain them while having the Abomination beat him up. In his battered state, Thor asks Stearns what gives him the right to become their leader in his new world. Stearns claims that he is the most advanced mind the world has ever seen, who thinks on a level that normal human beings can't even begin to comprehend. He explains that mankind and this world are on the brink of destruction, and that only he can save them. Outside the cube, Stearns' henchmen try to lift Thor's hammer, but when one of them starts hitting it with a crowbar, a powerful surge of lightning blows them away, and Mjolnir flies off into the distance. When Thor grows tired of getting beaten up, he fights back and knocks out the Abomination just before Mjolnir arrives. He demands Stearns surrender, but Thor threatens him when he refuses. Suddenly, a blob of goo covers Thor's body and reveals to be the Absorbing Man, who managed to mimic Mjolnir's power. Stearns claims everything was according to plan, even his recovering his hammer to have Absorbing Man steal his power. He then returns Thor's question back at him, and claims that he's fit to be their leader because no one can stop him. That said, Thor struggles to defeat both Absorbing Man and the Abomination at the same time. Stearns claims that the dome will cover the entire world in the next 24 hours, and everyone caught in it will be under his control. When Thor refuses to surrender and continues to fight back, Absorbing Man charges at him and pushes him out of the building. When Stearns thinks he has finally won, Hawkeye blows up the floor and emerges with the Hulk. Stearns tried to convince the Hulk to join him, claiming that in his so-called Gamma world, no one would be around to persecute and hunt people like them. He explains that everyone who hated and despised him would become like him, and he could then be their king in his new world. Hulk refuses his offer, so Stearns orders Abomination to defeat the Hulk. Abomination seems confident, claiming to have become stronger with Stearns' gamma booster, and declares that he will beat him. Hulk ignores his ranting and kicks him outside of the building. Meanwhile, Thor and Absorbing Man land in the middle of the city, continuing their fight. When Absorbing Man is about to use the power he absorbed from Mjolnir, his body stops, which Thor claims that it was a mistake for him to absorb the essence of Mjolnir, as it is not his to control. Just then, he sends him flying away in the distance. Hawkeye tries to shoot at Stearns, but a turned Black Panther catches his arrow. Suddenly, turned Avengers emerge from the shadows, to which Stearns claims that he must be stupid to attack him directly when he is outnumbered. That said, Hawkeye shoots arrows at the Wasp and Captain America, revealing it to be a concoction by the genius scientist Bruce Banner to counteract Stearns' sinister gamma radiation. When Stearns realized Hawkeye came with booster shots to counter his monster-transforming radiation, he quickly took out his robot suit to handle him. Stearns then shoots lasers at Hawkeye, but he skillfully dodges them and fires back at him. Hawkeye then escapes into the roof through the hole that Hulk created when he blew away the Abomination. Hulk and the Abomination continue their fight outside. When Abomination is losing against the Hulk, he activates the device on his chest that Stearns gave him to enhance himself with gamma boosters. With it, he could overpower the Hulk in a contest of strength. Abomination declares that he will always defeat him, claiming to be better than him in every way. Hulk admits that he may not be as powerful as he is, but he claims that he has one thing he doesn't have: backup. Out of nowhere, Hawkeye arrives and shoots Abomination with a booster shot, making him immune to Stern's gamma enhancement. Hulk then stands back up and blows him away with a single punch. In a robot suit, Stearns catches up to Hawkeye and Hulk, who are furious at them for ruining his plan. He claims they cannot defeat him, having already calculated 1,000 ways to beat them. Out of nowhere, Absorbing Man flies towards Stearns and knocks his robot over, while Thor arrives to join the Hulk and Hawkeye. Hulk claims that to hurt Stearns truly, they need to destroy his gamma energy generator, which he quickly uprooted from the ground. This sends an electric current into the mind control device, and Stearns grows into an overgrown size while the energy dome quickly dissipates. Hulk then throws it into space, where it will never be seen again. Stearns crawls out from the destroyed robot, still in shock after having his perfect plan to turn the world into his image foiled by the Avengers yet again. Hulk makes a sarcastic remark about how Stearns' problem was turning the world into his image when he was ugly. With the villains apprehended, S.H.I.E.L.D. arrives to help care for the wounded and escort the villains back to prison. Everything seems to have worked out well, and even Hawkeye is proven innocent while the Black Widow is revealed to be the real traitor. They sent agents to retrieve her, but she was already gone when they arrived. The officer claims that with him cleared up, they will have Hawkeye reinstated as a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, but he refuses and claims not to want to become part of the same organization that hunted him down like a rat. Hearing that, Iron Man offers him a place with the Avengers, but refuses, claiming he doesn't want to be in a group that the leader easily defeated. Hawkeye claims he will be better off on his own and must find the Black Widow alone. Thor then offers the same invitation to Hulk after he saves them against the leader. Hulk claims he will join if Hawkeye joins, which irked him even more. Meanwhile, somewhere in the desert, a beaten-up Abomination runs into supervillains Baron Zemo and the others, who seem intent on recruiting him into their so-called cabal. Thank you for watching. Check out these other videos and make sure to subscribe and tap the bell to be notified about our latest videos. See you next time.